everybody. Still waiting for people to join. Board here, I'm just gonna crack open a drink to start the day. Hi, good morning. Hi, how are you? I see you're the first here. Happy to see you here. I'm excited to be talking with you guys. You got here right at 7:30. Well, 7:30 in my time zone, I know. I chose 7:30 to accommodate you guys out in Asia, so yeah. Awesome. I see one other person has joined. Happy Sunday. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. Yes, I remember you. You're from India. So, yeah, calling from the United States. I'm doing great. Yeah. And happy Mother's Day to those who are mothers or have mothers and are appreciative of the strong female figures in our lives. So, yeah, the way I kind of want to structure this live is I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot other than just talking with you guys. If I get sidetracked, it's probably because I'm looking at my to-do list right here. But throughout the 2 hours that I'm going to be here for, I'm just going to be talking with you guys for the most part. So thanks for coming. Looks like we have 3 people on here now, which is great. Off to a good start so far. I've never used YouTube Live before, so this is completely new for me. It's a really exciting experience. So yeah, and welcome to my crystal cavern. This is where I edit all of my videos and keep all of my most precious belongings. Hi, good morning, guys, or good afternoon, wherever you are throughout the world. Hello, hi, how are you guys? Hi. Limitless Queen 123, what is your morning routine? Great question. So I follow a very strict and rigorous morning routine. What I typically do first is I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every morning before the sun rises. That is very early. It's very early for a lot of people. The reason I get up so early is because it's quiet and it allows me time to focus and get things done. The first thing I do after I wake up is I go straight to breakfast. The first thing I like to eat in the morning is a bowl of oatmeal. It's pretty basic. I actually take a shot of extra virgin olive oil because it's supposed to help the food digest a little bit more smoothly. And I wasn't aware of this, but apparently your body takes damage every time you eat something, and extra virgin olive oil is supposed to help with that. So I eat extra virgin olive oil. I just take a tablespoon of it. Obviously, I don't put it in my oatmeal. My oatmeal comprises of oats, of course, and then for the base, I just do water, just because I don't really like almond milk or plant-based milk or anything like that. I like to add berries, and I typically sweeten it with stevia or monk fruit sweetener. Then I like to add chia seeds or sometimes like a plant-based protein powder. I typically like to eat my breakfast and make my to-do list / journal. I'll show you guys what it looks like right here. I just have a sticky note on there I have to get out. But basically, this is my entire life in one book. I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. So again, what it is, I typically make my to-do lists for each day. Each day is a new page, and it has everything that I need to do for that specific day. I like to journal in the morning just to get like any emotions or energy that I might have somatically and just get that off onto paper. And once I finish that, I like to just sit and let my food digest before I work out. I try to work out every day, and I want to say every day because on my rest days I still do some light walking. I like to get probably about 10,000 steps during my rest days, which I know is typically exercise, but because I've become so accustomed to exercise, my body craves it. So today I am taking a rest day where I'm just going to be walking. My partner and I are actually planning on going on a walk in nature today since it's beautiful outside in the state that I live in. On days where I don't have rest days, I typically rotate between gymnastics, dance, cardio, yoga, weightlifting, running, swimming. I do everything. It's kind of crazy, but it really depends on my sleep score because I've got a Fitbit right here. It depends on how I'm feeling. So at the bottom line, like I just determine my exercise based on how my body feels. And once I've completed my exercise, the next thing in the morning I like to do is typically I stretch for 10 minutes. I like to do contortion stretching just because I like to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and try to stretch my body's potentials, literally. So I do a combination of stretches, whether it's like yoga poses or just basic contortion training. So I do that for like 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much free time I have. And then after that, of course, I'm going to shower, do my self-care, do my hair, do my skincare routine, and then next thing I know, I'm out the door and I'm off to work. I work 5 days a week. Typically, I have one day off, which would be my off day for working weekends because I work Saturdays right now. This is just my current schedule with the job that I'm going to be leaving next month because for those of you who did see my last video, I talked about getting a new job. So yeah, my routine will be changing in June. So I'm excited, but yeah, that's my morning routine so far. Let's see. I kind of missed out on some other comments. I know you're high on something right now. That is hilarious. That is so funny. Let's see. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks for coming here today. Yeah, so I see a couple questions relating to why I'm streaming. I'm just here to talk with you guys and discuss topics, learn about you guys, learn about my channel. Here to discuss basically anything. This is an open conversation. I don't really have any limits. Of course, I want to keep it respectful and I want to keep it appropriate, but this is just my opportunity and your opportunity to connect with this community and learn more about each other. What else do we got on here? Do you believe in God? This is a great question. When I think of like a divine creator, I don't think of God like God. I do think of God energy, and I do think that there is divine essence in everything. I don't practice a certain religion, like a specific religion, but I'm highly, highly spiritual. I believe in God energy, but I don't see God as like a single person, if that makes sense. Some of you guys are just so funny. You looking like a vampire. You know who drink blood. You guys are so funny. Yeah. You probably talked about it. Ashes Geek, hi. You're like the most loyal viewer, one of the most loyal viewers. Yes, this is a good question. I'd say the thing that made me really believe in manifestation was seeing how repetitive thoughts and beliefs in my childhood, especially like the fantasies that I would come up with and like all of like the ideas I had like came to life because I energetically embodied them so much and seeing that play out in real life. I think that made me believe that I can really manifest anything in my adulthood because I manifest very small things in my childhood without realizing it. And I kind of forgot about that, and I didn't even know that was like an actual thing until I became a little older, and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes total sense. So like there was a lot of trial and error when it came to me first experimenting with manifestation, and I was doubtful for some time. But then reflecting on how it actually like showed up in my childhood made me realize I am in control of my life, and I have the power to do anything. So yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh my goodness. These comments are coming in fast. I like your bedroom. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this bookshelf behind me, I'm sure you see some of the items that I keep. I've been collecting stones since I was probably like 9 or 10 years old, so it's been a super long time. But that bookshelf over there, it's replete with crystals and stones just because I even have a piece of malachite right here. I like to have these little stones because they're little treasures, and they just make me smile. Thank you. I appreciate it. What else do we have on here? Okay, there's some repetitive comments on here. I'm trying to read past those. Um, Ashes Geek, do I have any specific dreams for the nearest future? So this is another great question. You have so many great questions, honestly. Like it really reflects your character. Um, I don't like to call them dreams because I know for a fact like they're going to become reality, but in a sense it is making my dreams come true. But my partner and I are going to be purchasing our first home together within about a year or two. So within that time frame, basically I just want to enjoy my life in nature right now because where I live there's a forest and there's a lot of farmland. It's very beautiful outside, and I where I live geographically I experience like the most intense of all 4 seasons. So it's like kind of taking it in before we move away because we're planning on moving to a different geographic location within the next few years. Um, some other dreams that I'm looking forward to, or things that I'm going to be making into my reality, is moving up, well, into the new job that I was accepted into just a few weeks ago. I'm really looking forward to that because compared to my current job, it's so much more professional. And there's so much opportunity for growth, advancement, and it's strongly connected with the degree that I'm pursuing in college right now because I haven't explained to you guys what I'm in college for, but I am studying organizational development and finance. So I work at a financial institution right now, so I'm transferring to another financial institution where I'm going to be doing loan processing, loan closing. I'm going to do specialty accounts. I'm going to be making sales for the credit union. And then I have a lot of skills in other roles in the financial institution that I'm currently at that I will be leaving. So they'll just have me help out as needed on whatever line needs me, pretty much. So what inspired me to stream? I wanted to stream because I spend a lot of time responding to comments on my channel, and I like to talk. I like to use my voice a lot. So when I interact with you guys, it's like, hey, it's not exactly live because there's some time interval between responses, and I thought if I go live, this gives me more of an opportunity to connect with you guys, really get to know you and tell you more about myself and just talk about whatever topics come to mind. So yeah. When is your job getting started? The new one. So Limitless Queen 123. To answer this question, my new job starts next month, early June. So it's coming up really fast. It's gonna feel like time's just gonna fly by because my partner and I have a vacation planned during the last week of May because my birthday is coming up at the end of May. So he and I are going to be out of state. We're going to be in another geographic region. So we're going to spend a week out of there. So I have a week of time off. And then when I come back for 1 week, I'll be done the next. So I'm really excited. Hello and happy Mother's Day this Sunday. Which of the Sundays? I'm doing great. I'm doing so good. Thank you. How are you? Such a pretty face. Thank you, F. Martin 1638. Girl, there's a lot of suspense about age. So I'll come clean about this. I don't like to disclose my age because I've been treated a lot differently when I disclose my age, but I'm 20 years old. I'm going on 21 May 25th. May 25th, I turned 21. So, yay, a big 21 coming up. I'm really excited. So, I do feel a bit younger than I chronologically am. Biologically, I feel younger too. I just feel like I have a lot of energy, so that, yeah, that's why. Let's see. What color are your eyes? So, my eyes, they are a little dark. My eyes are actually hazel. I was born with blue eyes, but they turned hazel when I was 2. What subliminal creators do you trust or had the most results from? I listen to Opia. I listen to Beauty Crystallized. I listen to Celestial Subliminals. Those are the 3 big names that I've had results from. There's another channel which I've listened to. I can't even remember the name, but I listened to the subliminal like 3 times, and I was just checking it out. I wasn't looking for actual results, and then like the next day. So it's funny because I'm very fit, and I was just looking at it. It was like some like body alteration subliminal, and I woke up the next day, and there was like a significant difference in my physique, and like my shoulders were a lot slimmer, and I was like, what the heck happened here? So like I didn't want to really listen to that because I already have like very small shoulders to begin with. But celestial subliminals, I like those subliminals because they're overnight, which allows for a lot of time, and because I sleep a lot. Like I sleep for long hours during the night to maintain my energy. So oftentimes like there's some nights I'll just listen to celestial subliminals while I sleep. And I feel like that helps a lot with my confidence because like the most recent thing I've manifested is just developing my character, like character development and solidifying a personality that I want to carry for the rest of my life. So hopefully that answers your question. You look like Gracie Abrams. I've never heard that. That's really funny. That's so funny. Let's see. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Thank you. It's coming up pretty soon. 15 more days. Limitless Queen 123. Have you manifested your dream life? If yes, then please elaborate. This is a great question because a lot of people think of their dream life as like living luxuriously, having a lot of money and whatnot. I honestly feel like everything I've wanted in my life has been like to see my friends and family happy and realize my potential and live a life where I'm constantly challenging myself, trying new things, and feeling free to express myself and being able to live without having to think about my childhood trauma or any of the past relationships that I've been in before the one that I'm in with my current partner right now. So like my dream life to me is basically pursuing what I'm passionate about, and I'm not a materialist. I don't think I need a big fancy house. My partner and I, we choose to live humbly. We choose to invest our money and invest it in good causes, charity, giving back to the community, giving back to the earth. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot that I could have in my life, but I'm very, very satisfied with where I'm at now. And like the changes that my partner and I plan to integrate into our life, it's going to be like a year or two for now. And I'm okay with waiting for that time period. I'm a very patient person. And what I'm really focused on right now is just dedicating my time to where I'm at right now and appreciating everything, you know. I do a lot, honestly. Like I'm very passionate about singing, songwriting, journaling. I write a lot of stories. I love listening to music and, of course, YouTube too, connecting with you guys and getting the opportunity to share our stories and learn more about each other. So, yes, that is pretty much that's pretty much all I have to answer your question. Do you want to travel, and if possible, where do you want to travel first? So, my partner and I are going to be getting married in like a year and a half from now, and we're planning on going to Hawaii. We want to visit every island in Hawaii, so I'm really excited for that because I never had the opportunity to travel during childhood just because I'm from a really, really big family. So, and only one of my parents worked to support me and my siblings. So, we didn't have the money to travel. So, like I mentioned earlier, the first vacation I have planned to travel, I'm going to be going out of state to Wisconsin Dells. And then again, going to be going to Hawaii. And then my partner he's actually from Eastern Europe. So within, I'd say, like a couple years, we will probably take a vacation to his home country because I know I've learned a lot about his culture and I've spent a lot of time around his family. So I feel like there's so much I want to experience because I love learning about new cultures, traveling places. My mind like my mind has an insatiable hunger to just learn and experience things. So just those three places are the first on my list. He and I plan to travel for like the first 5 years of our marriage. Of course, further out in our marriage, we'll plan to travel too, but we're just trying to get as much time together while we're young as possible. So, yeah. What's your nationality? My nationality is American, but in reality, I'm like ethnicity wise, I'm about half Swedish. Say like I'm almost 100% Scandinavian. Yeah, um, half Swedish by ethnicity, but I am American. Maybe it's a bit too personal. Do you want to have close friends, or are you happy with how things are now? I actually have a lot of close friends. I shouldn't say a lot. When I say a lot, like four is a lot to me because I feel like I don't really have to have a whole lot of friends in my life. Like, to me, like close personal relationships matter than just having a lot of friends. And I'm sure you get the gist of what I mean by this because I've tried to make friends with people who have different values from me and it doesn't end well, obviously. I have this one friend and she actually works with me at the job that I'm at right now. We've known each other since we were two and I've kept her super close to my heart ever since. I also have another friend who um she has some type of disorder, I think. I can't even remember. She has lupus. We haven't talked for a long time because I mean, like when I say talked, I mean see each other in person because nervous her immune system has been severely compromised. Like she might die if she's exposed to somebody who's sick because that's how low her immune system is. But she and we met I think when I was 13, so it's been almost what 8 years. She We have very similar values. I remember she's the person I spent most of my time in my childhood with. We would go rollerblading and then we would go for like bike rides across the state. We would write stories together. We would sing. We would songwrite. I mean, I'm okay with just having a couple of friends, and then I feel like my partner, he's the best friend that I currently have right now because like it still blows me away how we met and how I've like met him, because our values are so closely aligned. We have the same goals, same outlook on life. So I'm incredibly grateful. My goodness. Do my friends know about my channel and my subliminal journey? Um, None of my friends know about my subliminal journey. They know about my channel, but I don't think they watch it. Like it's not their interest. Like I'm sure they know about subliminals and other people's subliminal journeys, but I don't think it's of interest to them right now just because they're on a different path in life than where I'm at. Is your channel going to be just about manifestation, or do you want to talk about something else or just express yourself? So I am a certified life coach under Integrative Wellness Academy, so I don't only specialize in manifestation, but I also specialize in healing, self-development, and anything that has to do with self-improvement. Just because being that I'm studying organizational development and human development as one of my degrees in college, like moving forward and learning like how we can progressively improve ourselves, improve the environment, and heal as a collective is always like, I don't want to say it's always been, but like recently it's been a huge interest of mine. So just self transformation, self growth, whether it's like in our best interest or if it's like something we want to change about ourselves. Like I'm just throwing that out there. Like I want to help people become who they want to be, as long as it's not harmful to themselves or others, if that makes sense. You were too successful for your age. Well, I appreciate hearing that from you. I feel I feel okay where I'm at. Like I guess everybody's definition of success is a little different, but for me it's just proving proving myself wrong, like proving the younger version of myself wrong, that I can do this. I can overcome that fear and I can be who I want. So, yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I definitely need some moderators on here. Oh my goodness. A lot of people are asking my name. My name is Laylani. Hi. If you haven't been here since the first part of this live stream, my name is Laylani. Thanks, Colton, for the chili. That's cute. I love it. Was self growth always important to you? Thank you for this question. That's awesome. I wasn't always interested in self development slash self growth because I, by nature, am a very, very, very cerebral person. I like to think. I have a lot of ideas and I'm extremely creative. So the younger version of me was too fixated on like ideas, like projects, um, adventures, and all that stuff. I wasn't really concerned with developing my character because I was so inwardly like I was introverted when I was younger. So I was focused on like my like the little thought world I had. Like I was within my bubble. I think it was when I like really started to work and when I went into college is when I started to work on myself. And like the motivation came from realizing that I wanted to prove myself wrong in everything I told myself I couldn't do. I wanted to prove wrong because I had exposure to the world and I had exposure to these opportunities that nobody else could get me, because I never really had anybody that I could rely on consistently in my younger years. So I kind of took that upon myself to like improve myself and be basically my own rock, if that makes sense. Off the topic, what are my favorite hobbies? Ooh, okay. This is gonna be a long one because I do a lot of things. I'm a very active person, so I guess I'll kind of I'll go based on what I like to do throughout my morning routine. I love to journal. I journal every single day, and I've been doing it for almost 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. By September of this year. If you guys can see the second shelf on my bookshelf right here where that cloud painting is, those are actually journals that have gone back from the past 3 to 4 years. So for one, journaling, I like to write anything. I have no limits on what I write. Like, I'm okay with exploring the deepest, darkest parts of my mind, even if it means like like kind of scarring myself a little bit, because there's some things I've discovered about myself that I'm like, oh, I didn't know that existed. But it's fun because, you constantly discover things about yourself that you didn't know existed, because journaling gives you a peek into your subconscious and how your mind works. Aside from journaling, I also write stories. I am working on a book right now that I like to I like to bounce between that and songwriting when I have free time. But there is this book that I was working on. It's called Beyond Argo, and it's about this country where everybody lives resourcefully. They have like a spiritual tradition that they follow, and there's this country that tries to take over Argo pretty much, and it's called the Territorial States. They try to deplete Argo of its resources, and so the state country of Argo becomes captured by the Territorial States. And there's a like the Argoans are their own separate race, and their spiritual tradition is based on star seeds. And what star seeds are in Argoan culture is they are people who are blessed by the stars with certain superpowers. And the protagonist of my story is a star seed. So basically, the protagonist and a couple other star seeds in the country of Argo, they create their own army and they fight back against the territorial states, and then a few other fictional countries that I made up get involved. And that's to be continued because I'm not done writing the story yet. But that's basically the gist of the story. Besides journaling and story writing, obviously YouTubing is a big hobby of mine. Oh my gosh, I love to cook. I love to cook and make meals from healthy ingredients. I eat really clean. I'm also a vegetarian, so I still eat some animal products, but I don't do meat or dairy for the most part. But I love eggs, and sometimes I do gelatin too. But I love to cook, and I love to cook for other people. Like that feeling where you like get to provide a meal for somebody else. It's really satisfying in a way, just to be able to see somebody enjoy something you make. But also because like making nutritious healthy meals is so nourishing for the body too, so you feel good physically and mentally when you eat good, if that makes sense. Am I a storyteller? I totally am. I love to tell stories. I have a lot of experiences in life, so yeah, I I like to talk about my childhood, and then um, things I've witnessed other people do in their lives as well. I like to, this is really funny, but a lot of the learning experiences that I've had have occurred just from observing other people's lives. Like, not necessarily telling stories about mistakes I've made, but observing other people's mistakes and kind of just passing that on as a story as, hey, this is a learning lesson. Maybe not make these choices just so you don't screw yourself over in life, because I've seen a lot of that. And I've avoided a lot of that because I've seen other people be the bad example. But yeah. Um, but yeah, writing it's so much fun, and there's no limit to it. That's what makes it so fun. Lots of love from India. A lot of viewers from India. Hi. Sending love to you back from US to India. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. If you're comfortable, I'm interested in your dream. If you remember any since your childhood. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a singer. So I'm kind of living that out today. Like, I don't think I'll be like a huge singer, like big name on the list. I just like to sing in my free time. I like to write songs. I've been writing a lot of songs recently. So That's one thing I've always wanted to do during childhood. And being that I was really shy and intimidated just based on the environment that I grew up in, I felt like I couldn't express that side of myself. So now that I'm in my own living space, I'm finally songwriting, doing everything that younger me would want to see me now doing. So I'm happy to say I'm doing all that now because like 8-year-old me would be obsessed with me now just because I'm doing everything that I wanted to. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at some of these comments and like they're so unhinged. That's funny. I just yeah, wow. No, I mean the one we see while sleeping. Oh my gosh. Thanks for clarifying. Um, I had a dream I was a mermaid once. That's about it. Yeah, everyone's unhinged these days. I totally agree. Yeah, we can't really stop anyone from saying what's on their mind. That's outside of our control. But yeah, next time I go live, I'm definitely gonna have some moderators on here. I don't have that in the time being. Since you like writing, what are your favorite books or movies? I love this question. I like anything with a dystopian team. The Hunger Games. Hunger Games series. Oh my gosh. I've watched that multiple times and I would gladly watch all the movies again. I love them so much. So fun. What are your thoughts on AI and has it helped you with your development or in any way? That is another wonderful question. I think AI is a great tool. I think it's especially great for when your resources are scarce and when you like if you have a question or an idea and you can't quite, Google it or get it on paper. I think AI is great for that, but I also feel like AI is going to be the downfall for a lot of people, especially if you're not using it resourcefully, because a lot of people use AI to cheat in college, which I think that's horrible because tuition is not cheap. So why would you just pour your money into college just to cheat on exams, cheat on quizzes, cheat on homework, cheat on exams, essays, etc.? I think AI is great if you use it effectively, if that makes sense. So, let's see. People were done before AI, now we're really screwed. I totally understand that. I think AI needs to be used appropriately. I don't think AI can serve as a replacement for school. I think it's unfortunate to see a lot of jobs being replaced with AI, which can benefit some companies, but people need jobs, and that's what's keeping the economy going is the ability to work. Sana C91C9I. I hope I said your name correctly. You want to get accepted into a university and it has an entrance exam, how to manifest. So, to answer your question, when it comes to manifestation, we want to practice embodying, like feeling like we're already there emotionally and energetically. We want to practice somatically embodying the feeling of being there. So, meditate on what it feels like to already be at your ideal university and embody that energy. Reaffirm to yourself every morning that you already are in your desired state and then live your life as if you're already there. Yeah, Ash's Geek, I completely agree with you on that. AI is useful, but it is hurting the workforce in a way. But yeah. Got a little snack over here, so I'm just taking a bite of an apple. You're welcome. Of course, I'm happy to help you. you interested in reading one of my poems? Of course. The comments are going pretty fast, so I'll do my best to read through that. Your outfit is amazing. I want to show it. It's pretty simple, actually. I have this floral tank top on, and then I have like these brown leggings. I don't know if y'all can see, but like it's kind of hard for me to stand up here just because my desk is right in front of me, and my chair is kind of tight. But this is literally just my outfit, pretty plain. I'm just trying to keep it simple because my mother and I are actually going to play sports later for Mother's Day with my partner. So I'm just trying to keep it simple, not look too fancy because we're going to be outside, we're going to be in the sun. Just keeping it a little casual. As a YouTuber, do you watch a lot of YouTube, or do you have any favorite YouTubers you'd recommend? Yes, I'd say I'd actually do YouTubing more than I watch YouTube, but some channels I really like. I watch so one YouTuber that got me into manifestation was the Gem Goddess. I love her to bits and pieces. I've been really loyal to her channel for 6 years now. I love her as a character. She's actually a huge role model for me. Like, she's so smart, she's so kind. She's an amazing character. She's definitely like a channel I will return to regularly. I love to watch her tarot readings too. Absolutely love it. Who are some other YouTubers that I watch? There's I'm really drawing a blank here. Saba Ali. She is a manifestation coach, and she preaches neuroscience. She teaches about like quantum manifestation and whatnot. Off the topic of manifestation, some of you guys are probably familiar with his name, and it's very controversial because he makes videos on longevity, but I love watching Brian Johnson's videos. I like to research longevity, and this is something that my partner is heavily interested in too, is seeing how we can maximize their health through like certain practices, healthy eating, exercise, etc. A lot of what he talks about on his channel is stuff that I actually incorporate into my routine. So like eating mostly plant-based, taking collagen, taking supplements. I take a lot of supplements, and like that was because I initially started watching Brian Johnson's channel. I know a lot of people don't like him because he's using all of his money to research longevity and whatnot, but I think it's very admirable that he's relaying this information on his channel without any cost. So I think that's pretty cool. So, do you think it's possible to convert negative emotions into positivity considering all the stuff going on news, especially with wars and crisis? I just went, oh my God. I think it's totally possible, and this is a good question because this question made me think of somebody who actually watches the news a lot, who has a very negative outlook on life. But I actually used to watch the news a lot when I was in my early teens. I used to watch the news on Facebook. I used to have Facebook when I was younger, and that definitely shifted my mindset to more of a negative one. And the truth is, how much positive content are we seeing on the news? How much? Like, think of how much positive content we're seeing on the news. It only focuses on the negative. Like, maybe once in a while you'll see like some fun content on there, but there's like no positivity whatsoever. Like, there's a news channel that I have that plays in my house because I don't live alone here. I live with other people. But there's a specific news channel that plays on the TV that can't stand. And it was the same one I used to watch when I was a kid. And ever since I completely cut that out and realized, like, hey, life's more than just this. Like, that really led to me being able to see things in more of a positive light, because life isn't just all this negativity. The news reprograms you to see things in a negative manner, if that makes sense. So hopefully that answers your question. But again, that's just my perspective. I can't say that as a universal thing. Your room is giving off cool vibes like vintage. It's so dreamy. Thank you. I absolutely love my room. I kind of want to show you guys more around it. It is really small, so I feel like you're seeing probably like 50% of it right here, but bookshelves right there, beds right here, desk is right here. I actually have a lot in my desk. I've got my study equipment, I've got my iPad in there, my computer for editing YouTube videos. I've got a snack in front of me right now. I've got a candle going, my calendar. So it's like my room's very minimal, but like the things that I do have in my room, like they feel like a treasure to me. Like my room is really my sanctuary, and this is where I can just be me and I can let my thoughts go wild and make my YouTube videos, do my edits and whatnot. So yeah, I I appreciate that. It's really fun. Yeah, Ash's Geek, you're totally right. The only positive stuff in the news are technological advances. So I feel like part of my mindset shift when I was younger was just stopping the news consumption because it's so bad for you. Like I honestly feel like some of us should not have access to the news, or like some news channels just need to be taken down because they're so detrimental to our way of thinking because they influence us in such a negative way. I like this comment right here, this quote that you just gave out. If you don't watch the news, you're not informed. If you watch the news, you're misinformed. I see it's a double-edged sword, it really is. But that really makes you think. I really like that. That's something that my partner said because my partner tries to read the news and he tries to be very selective of his sources. So it's something he and I talk about a lot because I'm gonna brag about him a little bit. He's super intelligent. He's super insightful. Like intellectually, he's very intelligent, but he's also emotionally very, very intelligent. And it's like I feel very blessed to have that because I feel like where I live geographically, it's kind of hard to find a partner like that. All right, so it looks like some of you are asking how tall I am. You might be a little shocked to hear this. I I am 175 centimeters tall, so I'm 5'9". That's pretty tall. I'm curious to know how many of you are surprised by that because I feel like I look petite. Like I don't look like a tall person. Like just like frame wise, I am tall, but my bone structure is very, very small. So it's like when I look at myself in pictures, I don't look like a tall person. I look like somebody who's like maybe 5'2" or 5'3", but yeah, I'm 5'9". I'm very tall. I'm very tall. My family's kind of tall. My siblings are tall too. I've got two brothers, two younger brothers, and they're both like 6'3". They're really tall. So it's all family. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for these comments saying about things about my beauty. I really appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. Just to make the atmosphere more loose, how much were you scared making your first video? How many takes needed to be perfect? I love this so much because the first video I ever posted on this channel, I was absolutely terrified to post. That was my post about maladaptive daydreaming. I was actually like super nervous and I was shaking, like I felt my nervous system going in the moment where I was actually recording the video. So I mean, but I had this feeling that I should just post it. So I posted it anyway just to get my foot in the door to YouTube. And I'd say like maybe like my third or fourth video is when I really started to like get the hang of YouTubing and editing and all that stuff. So if I'm pausing here, it's just because I'm trying to read some of these comments because they're coming in kind of fast. at certain times. But yeah, I was terrified to start YouTubing because it kind of, like, my idea of being seen kind of traced back to childhood trauma because I was bullied very, very terribly when I was younger, and it was about self-expression. Like, I was bullied for expressing myself in ways that were like supplemental to my well-being. So like I was nervous about the comments that I would get on YouTube because obviously negative comments are inevitable if you're a content creator, and just being out there on social media in general, it's inevitable that people are going to say mean things about you. But I was like, if I really want to get my foot in the door and if I want to become a content creator, that's what I got to do. I got to get out of my comfort zone. Where are you from? I'm from the US. Live in the United States. That's all I will say. I won't specify what state I live in just because that's a little personal. Um, but I'll maybe consider whether I want to talk about that more in the future. But yeah, I live in the United States, central United States, so I'm not in Alaska or Hawaii. But yeah. This is good stuff. Let's see, what else have I answered? Looks like a few people left. So I've got like 5 people on here now. That's why I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments. You are very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. Oh my goodness, it's getting cold in here, guys. I'm cold. I'm cold. I think it's because it's cold outside where I live right now. I'd have to put a jacket on. Good poem. Hmm. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some of these comments I just don't know what to say about. It's about a vampire. I like it. I like it. I used to write poetry when I was in high school. I think I ultimately stopped just because I got more into story writing, but I mean, it's fun. It's definitely a fun way to express yourself. Who are some of your music influences? I love this question because I don't have specific musical artists that I listen to. I just kind of listen to whatever I vibe with, but there are specific artists that I absolutely love. If you, this is an artist who, she's not very widely known, but she's from Serbia. Her name is Limi, and she makes like hip hop, trap, R&B music that has like a very emotional undertone to it. And I love her music. And a lot of her lyrics inspire some of my lyrics. A lot of musical inspiration I get is actually from my own experiences, and I like to write about others' experiences just because I want to make music that other people can relate to. So it's not just about me, it's about other people's experiences as well. I see it. There's a couple comments about Ashes Geek, another good question. There, yes, there have been some subliminals that I've heard of that can help aid physical health despite like eating unhealthy things. I agree with you that we shouldn't be eating unhealthy things or drinking alcohol. There's actually a subliminal that I listened to for better health, and it was by Celestial Subliminals. And I actually shared this one in a recent video that I uploaded. I think that was second to last video that I uploaded. I shared that I listened to it. It was a regenerative health subliminal that I listened to for a long time, and that actually like improved my health a lot. It increased my VO2 max, so my ability to use oxygen during exercise increased a lot. I felt a lot younger biologically, which is funny because I do body scans, body composition scans every few weeks or so. So my metabolism was measured as a 17-year-old's. And I feel like it might, maybe it was a subliminal, maybe it was my healthy eating and exercise, but biologically I'm 17, which would which would explain why I developmentally don't look in my 20s. But yeah, that's that. I'm going to put on a cardigan or some jacket because it's seriously getting cold in here. I literally have all of that right in front of me on my desk. Hi. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, that's better now. Hope you can remember me. Did you comment on one of my videos? I think I remember talking with somebody with a name that sounded similar to yours. Maybe it was you. I do my best to remember everybody that I interact with. Yes, yes, I remember you. That's awesome. What's my favorite season? Spring! I love spring. Spring is happening right now in the northern hemisphere where I live, obviously. I'm also a spring birthday. My birthday is late May, so I also just I love the flowers. I love nature. The green. Green is like supplemental to my soul. So love you too. I'm happy to see you here. Happy that I can talk with you today. Man, I'm seriously so cold. I'm gonna use this blanket. Am I listening to any current subliminals? I am. I'm listening to my own subliminals on my subliminal channel right now. I have been working on my abundance mindset, which I feel like is really solidified, but I want to listen to it more just to enforce it. So, I am, yeah, pretty focused on my subliminals that I'm making on my channel because all of these subliminals that I make on my subliminal channel are made with my voice. So I feel like I know what's going in them, so I feel like I could just get better results that way. Ashes Geek, this is another great question. So are you asking What I would do in retirement or what you should do in your retirement? 'Cause I don't think I'm quite understanding. Yeah, I gained a lot of subscribers since I first started, so thank you. Thank you for that. Keep persevering. I'm happy to be here. Do I feel like I'm on the right path in life or believe in destiny? Yes, very smart. Well, thank you. For one, I feel like I am on the right path. I feel like in life I was destined to give back to humanity and help those who are less fortunate and help others develop and become the best version of themselves and live the life of their dreams. Okay, thank you for clarifying Ash's geek. Um, I honestly I don't think about retirement that much and I don't like the idea of retirement. Like I could yeah, I understand all of us don't want to work for all of our lives, but like to be retired from working from someone else, yes, I would like that, but I would like to start up my own company or nonprofit. Being that I have a huge interest in nutrition and making health food, like making healthy meals and whatnot, I actually had an idea of like making a healthy ice cream and starting like my own company, especially for those with like specific dietary needs, because not everybody will just straight up eat ice cream because some people can't have dairy, some people can't have sugar, some are following low carb diets, and I want to make an ice cream that kind of tailors to all of that. So like once I'm retired from working for someone else, my partner and I mean, he's very like very much the entrepreneur type. Like he's very businessy, and I guess I kind of am too. But I actually like I enjoy working for companies. Like it's a great opportunity to learn and connect with other people. But at some point, especially when I have children, I want to be able to start my own company so I can have time to spend with my children, if that makes sense. So. Mm. Sorry to hear your relationship isn't going well. I'm sorry. Yeah, and you have a lot of study work to do. I totally understand the stress of that. Thanks. I'm looking forward to my job. Do you think the changes from subliminal comes little by little every day, or maybe a big sudden shift that creates bigger change? Changes definitely come little by little. I have never seen a result happen suddenly. I remember listening to beauty subliminals starting out 2 years ago, and it would like I got a little carried away with like not noticing any changes for several months, but then when I compared pictures from like 1 year to 1 year later, then I saw the results. So like there I can't even think of a situation where I've seen like a massive sudden change from a subliminal. They happen incrementally. Like they happen slowly, if that makes sense. Well, I don't think subliminals are designed to make giant changes unless it's like a sudden like windfall subliminal where you just suddenly win a lot of money or something like that. Yeah, relationships aren't easy. In situations like that, it's do we wanna fix this or do we wanna move on? I think, I can't really speak for you. Each relationship is different and it's your decision whether you want to stay in the relationship or not, but I feel like relationship counseling always benefits. especially if both parties are open to getting relationship therapy or relationship counseling. I think it's definitely worth pursuing. But if one partner is reluctant to join relationship counseling, then that says something. It should be something to be concerned about. Have I listened to results in 24 hours? Subliminal, hopefully that changes can happen as fast as you want and as many. This is a good question. The other day, I came across a subliminal, and it was a weight loss subliminal, and I don't need to lose weight because I'm very thin. But the other day, this is so funny. I ate a lot of food the other day, and I was like, oh, I probably gained like a little bit of weight. I weighed myself, and I actually lost weight. And I only listened to that subliminal like 3 times. The only reason I clicked on it just was because like a lot of people in the comments were saying they got really crazy results, and I was having fun reading the comment section while not paying attention to like the audio playing in the background. But I was looking at the comments and I was like, oh, what the heck? What kind of formula was put in this subliminal? How could I make my subliminals powerful like that? And the next day I lost like 1.5 pounds. I was like, that can be good, but it's good to know that that subliminal actually worked. Who are your favorite sub creators by far? Which have showed genuine interest, genuine results? I listen to Opia, Mosamorph, and Beauty Crystallize for my big three. I do listen to Celestial Subliminals. Beauty Crystallize is my go-to. Mosamorph. Beauty Crystallize and Mosamorph are my main two that I go to. So I've seen best results from Beauty Crystallize, especially for the beauty subliminals that I listen to. I do have a public playlist that you can check out if you're interested in taking a peek at that. So a lot of other people have gotten really good results from that channel too, especially with like the desired facial features, because a lot of those subliminals that she makes aren't tailored to specific facial features, but just like having your desired beauty, if that makes sense. So I feel like it definitely helped for me because I liked the way my natural features look, but I wanted them to be accentuated, if that makes sense. Beauty Crystallized is the subliminal channel, or just Crystallized because her old channel got taken down. It's sad that a lot of subliminal channels have been taken down. Like, I understand, we're trying to help people. Like, and that goes for me too, because I feel so stupid for this, but I make subliminals for you guys on my subliminal channel. And I remember there's a subliminal I made for an hourglass figure, and that got taken down. And that ended up in having a block on my channel for a week. So tomorrow that block should be off. So you should expect some subliminals coming from my end starting next week. Or no, this week, because it's Sunday. Oh my gosh. My mind has been all over the place this morning. Kind of silly question, but if you happen to live in a fictional fantasy world, what would you want it to be like? I love this question. So this made me think of the Avatar movies. I think the Avatar movies are just phenomenal. They're so breathtaking. They're beautiful. The scenery and the story and whatnot. I would love to live in that type of fantasy world. I think it's beautiful. I love the way the Na'vi people live resourcefully and how they live in connection to their planet. So that is my favorite fantasy world. Like, have you ever watched it? It is just breathtaking. It's those films are definitely some of the best that James Cameron has made. Very impressive. I saw the first movie I ever saw was actually the most recent movie, and then my partner and I actually watched it in reverse order because we thought these movies they're so impressive. We may as well just see all three of them. Oh, so crystallized is spelled with a K, so it's not C as it's spelled in English, but the specific subliminal creator spells her crystallized with a K, if that helps. Or you can, if you want to find her channel, you can go into my public playlist and then just find it there. You're welcome, by the way. I'm not going to talk while eating. Don't want to risk choking. Do you follow Sammy Ingram teachings? I actually haven't heard of that name yet. No, I haven't. No. That's definitely something I can search up though. What are your hobbies? I do painting. So I don't know if you can really see it, but this cloud painting I actually did a couple years ago. I love art. That's one thing I didn't mention because I haven't been doing it recently and I feel kind of bad about it, but I love art. I'm super passionate about it. I've always been huge into drawing, painting. I also like to do stuff with sidewalk chalk, even though that's like it's kind of stuff for kids to do. Um, Painting, drawing, what else? Oil painting. I love oil painting. That's something I absolutely love. It's super fun. But yeah, I have a lot of paintings in my closet, especially that I haven't touched in a long time because that was so long ago. Yes, yes. Love painting. Limitless Queen 123. Do you think manifestation has changed your life? It definitely, like subliminal wise, I think so. Yeah. For someone new to subliminals, what exactly is it and how does it work? Great question. I'm so glad you asked. So, subliminals are messages hidden beneath an audio that are meant to go straight to the subconscious mind to have some type of alteration on our life because our subconscious mind is very suggestible to affirmations. And because these affirmations are bypassing the conscious mind, we don't have conscious bias to reject these affirmations. Therefore, they're more likely to have a transformative effect on our lives. So, for example, I have a subliminal channel where I make subliminals tailored to specific topics like appearance, money, lifestyle, and personality changes. Like, I made a few confidence subliminals and then popularity, fame subliminals, you name it. You can make subliminals on anything, they're super fun. You basically have no limits. So, if you're someone looking to make a positive change in your life and do it in a really easy, effortless way, listen to subliminals because oh my gosh, they are so life changing. Yes, we can get straight hair with subliminals. You totally can. I personally have never listened to hair subliminals just because I like the way my hair is, but I know um I've like looked in the comment section of certain hair subliminals and I remember going on Reddit and actually reading and seeing pictures about people who've gotten results from hair subliminals, so they definitely do work. I don't know who a good creator is that makes hair subliminal, so that might be some research that we have to do. Since you talked about writing, have you ever practiced fan fiction? I feel like it's a great way to practice skills, and it's definitely not immature like some people make it out to be. I don't do fan fiction. No, it's just not something that's really appealed to me. As someone new to these, best time and way to listen to subliminals, like a short guide, please. So, when listening to subliminals, the best thing you can do is have headphones on while you listen to subliminals. It's not required, but it's just better to let the audio fully saturate your subconscious mind. Make sure to listen to subliminals in a relaxed way, because when we listen to subliminals and we're feeling like emotionally turbulent, we feel upset, negative, our subconscious mind is actually in threat mode, like it's in survival mode, and the subconscious mind will actually is more likely to reject any suggestions, inputs, or affirmations during that time of it feeling threatened. So make sure that you feel relaxed while you're listening. Make sure to drink a lot of water, because your brain needs to stay hydrated, because it's working on making those affirmations into reality. And most importantly, stay patient. A lot of people are really impatient about subliminal results, especially in a fast paced world. It's easy to want instant results, but when it comes to subliminals, you need to be patient. You really need to be patient. How do you listen to subliminals overnight? So I have an iPad and I have a computer, aside from the phone that I'm recording with right now. I will listen to my own subliminals overnight. I will literally make overnight subliminals that are multiple hours long, and I'll put the affirmations really, really low. For my overnight subliminals I make for myself, I actually do them as silent subliminals. So I'll either do like white noise, very low white noise, and then play my voice speaking the affirmations really low. So I'm still getting that subconscious saturation while I sleep, while it's not too loud for me. Yes, I agree. I feel like the best way to listen is to adjust to your own style. Rules aren't effective when you don't feel comfortable. Yes, and I do think this does have to do something with like the relaxation part. Like as long as like you have your energy open and you feel good while you're listening, that is totally effective. I totally agree. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm very happy to help. Yeah, and staying consistent with the same couple of affirmations can really do the trick, because when I first started listening to some like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I discovered subliminals maybe like when I was seventh grade, so it was a really long time ago, and I listened to so many different subliminals of so many different topics, and I could never get results because I was listening to so many subliminals to the point where some of the affirmations were probably contradicting to each other. So now that I did my research and that I've experimented for so many years, like staying consistent with just a couple of affirmations and just a couple of topics is really all you need. And then I just continue on to the next thing that I want to manifest with subliminals. Yes, oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about high frequency guru subliminals. I love those subliminals so much. I don't know why I always forget to mention that I listen to that subliminal channel too, but I absolutely love that channel. Which one is more effective, looping a playlist or a single subliminal? Single subliminal for sure, because that's allowing more saturation to a specific topic. It allows for more repetition and recognition for the subconscious mind to bring that into reality. Do you listen to one subliminal or a whole playlist? Recently, I've just been listening to one subliminal. I used to listen to my beauty subliminal playlist, but I'm actually not really listening to my beauty subliminal playlist anymore, because I feel like I'm exactly where I want to be in terms of appearance. But I've just been looping one subliminal. Who inspired me to make my own channel for educating others on subs and making your own subs? That's a great question. So I feel like, being that I'm really drawn to esoteric knowledge, I kind of took it upon myself to want to educate others. Um, because the truth is, like, there are so many people who feel like their potential is limited, and I wanted to be the channel to relay that information and share it with others and grow with you guys. Because I understand a lot of people want to gatekeep subliminals, and the truth is that I don't think, even if people find out about subliminals, more people find out about subliminals, they're not going to be interested, because there are so many people who are skeptical, and so many people who have other priorities in their lives. But I care so much about educating you guys and watching you thrive and being who you want to be. So it's about wanting to educate you guys, pretty much. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Ash's Geek, that tab maxing, that's brilliant. I've never heard of that. Unless that's something that a term you coined, that's brilliant. No, I didn't think of that. Y'all are so smart, it blows my mind. So smart and creative. That's so cool. Man, I'm blessed to have y'all here. We have such a great community. We really do. Oh my god, 17. Oh my goodness, I've been recording for over an hour at this point. Time goes by so fast when you're having so much fun. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. What's the time for me? Oh, you're in Asia. Right now it's 8:51 a.m. here where I'm living in the United States. Where in Asia are you from? I'm curious. If you're okay explaining that. I'm just curious to know where everybody is so I can just kind of get to know you more and understand y'all. Oh my gosh, you're from Japan? That's so cool. I actually, that's so cool. Wow. It's 11 p.m. You're up pretty late. That's crazy. Ashes Geek, just wondering, aren't you tired of posting yet? Enthusiasm is greatly appreciated, but it would be so sad to see you exhausted. I I haven't really had a whole lot of time to post lately just because May this month is going to be so busy. I have my graduation ceremony for my associate's degree that I got coming up. And then I have my vacation with my partner. I'm leaving my job this almost by the end of this month. Then I'm starting my summer semester for college on May 18th, so I'm going to be extremely busy. So starting May 18th and ending around early June, there is a high possibility that I might not be able to post at all because I will be studying about 35 to 40 hours a week while working 40 hours and juggling that with vacation. So again, I'm not tired of posting. I love posting and I'll definitely continue to do it for as long as I live. Like I love being able to engage with you guys. It is hard to uphold enthusiasm sometimes because there has been some bullying that has gone on at work, which is another reason why I'm leaving the job that I'm currently at because there's been some bullying. So it's hard to hold myself up, but I have to remember myself that I have to care for myself too. So, yeah, if I'm not posting, it's not because I'm exhausted of YouTube, it's just because I'm balancing other aspects of my life. If that answers your question. Yeah, I'm not really stressing about anything like I genuinely like to stay occupied. I'm not worried about being a full-time student and a full-time worker, plus managing a YouTube channel. So my time management skills are just scary good, I think. So cool. Do you have a pet spider hanging on the shelf? I don't have a pet spider, no. No, I don't have one of those. Nope. Limitless Queen 123. How do people react to your appearance change? I mean, when have you changed so much? Oh my gosh, my dad the other day. Okay, I shouldn't say the other day because this is more like a week ago. I went to visit him because I live separately from my parents. I visited him one day and he says, "Your smile has changed so much. Your skin looks so good. Your facial features look different. What's going on? What are you doing differently?" And I just smiled and I'm like, I don't know. It's definitely the subliminals though. That was so funny because I definitely see how my smile has evened out. Like I'm looking at myself in the mirror in front of me and I definitely see like how my smile looks more symmetrical. Limitless Queen 123. Um, I'm not the only one who faced the bullying at work. There is a colleague that I have she's very insecure and she's very moody and she likes to put others down to feel better about herself, excuse me. Um, Body shaming has also been an issue because I'm very, very thin and some people at work just don't like that. But I mean, that's their problem, it's not mine. They have to, they're just, that reflects their character, it reflects their suffering. That's their problem, not mine. And I don't deserve to be in that situation. So, another reason I'm leaving. Ashes Geek, I swear, you have the best ideas. That's so cool. I've never heard of those subliminals where you can manifest just going into the shower, bathing. But yes, water is so cleansing and it's so refreshing. I've manifested with water before, and being that I've always been super drawn to water or like any environment that includes water, this is brilliant. I wonder I wonder if you go swimming at like a beach or lake if that will work too. That is so cool. Hi, Greg. The topic of this live stream is manifestation, subliminals, and anything that has to do with self development or healing, spirituality too. So we're kind of just having an open conversation here. Just asking that we keep it respectful. Welcome to the live stream. But going back to your comment about water and manifestation, I love swimming, so I almost wonder if like I can get something out of that because I love water. I love swimming. It's so much fun. Wow, we're 75% through the live stream. That's crazy. That's so cool. Cool. I'd love to try that out. You know, that's so funny that you mentioned that because this morning when I was taking a shower, I was listening to music and I was just imagining like the water pouring down on me, just washing away like any excess negative energy that I'd picked up from others the other day when I was working. It was so refreshing and energetically. I just felt like reborn coming out of the shower this morning. So I feel like water is just it's such a healing element. Do I meditate? I do. I meditate every single night before bed, and I've been doing that for almost 2 years. It's definitely helped with like being able to focus on school and work because I work and study full time. I'm very busy. So it also helps like keep away any stress before it helps deter stress before, it eventually shows up, because a lot of people who work and study full time are under a lot of pressure and they don't have a whole lot of time to do what they want to do. So I feel like that definitely helps. Definitely helps a lot. My favorite show slash movie, I when I was younger, it was Attack on Titan. I loved Attack on Titan. I don't really watch anime. Attack on Titan was my absolute favorite, and then The Hunger Games. Attack on Titan and Hunger Games, just because I love dystopian themes, and it's so emotionally touching too. I love it. Attack on Titan is pretty badass. I gotta love that one. So I watched when I watched Attack on Titan. I didn't use subtitles. I actually understand and speak Japanese, and because I've been learning Japanese, I'm self-taught. I've been learning for 6 years, so I actually watch it without subtitles. I'm not fluent, but I'm to the point where I'm conversational. Specifically, what kind of meditation could you expand, please? Um, I just do basic meditation. I lay down flat on my back so my spine is fully lengthened out. I put my hands on top of my diaphragm and make sure that I'm breathing into my diaphragm for full full relaxation. And I just meditate for like 20 minutes or until I fall asleep, because I typically just meditate in my bed to relax and ensure that I get good sleep. So Ashes Geek, yes, I do exercise. I exercise. I try to every day. I haven't heard of subliminals that do like virtual exercises, but I'm definitely sure it is a thing, since there's some subliminals that are designed to help support muscle growth and metabolism support. So I definitely think that's a thing. I don't think I have never heard of slowing down time subliminals. That's not something I know a whole lot about. So unfortunately, I can't really answer that question for you. That's something we'd have to dig a little deeper into. Greg, you're a musician. What types of music do you like? Do I like? Sorry. I listen to R&B, trap, and hip hop. R&B, trap, and hip hop. And then I also like cinematic music too. But um, I'd say trap and hip hop are my favorites. How do you pronounce your name? So, my first name is Laylani. The last name a lot of people get wrong, but it's Zodiakos. Zodiakos. Laylani Zodiakós. You're from Sri Lanka. It's 7:30. Yeah, that's funny, because I actually started this live with the hopes that my Indian audience could still watch, which is why I started streaming so early here in the US, because I know I have a large audience from India, so I wanted to be able to see you guys and talk with you. So thanks for showing up. I'm so happy. Yeah, you know what? I think I remember seeing the same study about the exercise thing. Oh my gosh, I just realized I learned that in one of my psychology classes, because I have a psychology degree. I remember reading that in one of my psychology classes, and I was like, what? And now that I think about it, now that I'm reflecting on it, that's kind of what got me interested in like learning about the power of the subconscious mind and the power of suggestion. That's crazy. Like, wow. What does your name mean, Laylani? So, Laylani is a Hawaiian name that means heavenly flower. Yeah, wow. Psychology it's astonishing. I was originally going to be a psychologist before I decided I wanted to work in finance. And then I discovered, psychology is just, I don't think I could do it as a job. It's more of a hobby. So that's why I created this YouTube channel so I could just live that passion here instead of have to work in the psychology because I like to work in finance, like handling money for a living and helping people. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Helping people achieve their financial goals is what I'm more passionate about when it comes to like actually being in the workforce. And then again, psychology is just my little hobby thing. You couldn't handle it. I'm a counselor. Yep. Part of the reason why I didn't choose psychology as my career path because I feel like counseling will be a lot because my mind already has so much going on. Thank you for the gift. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. Heart to you. You're so sweet. How do you keep your mind at the right place if you're at a place / a situation that you're not resonating with? I love this question because this is actually something I was thinking about earlier this morning and I was kind of contemplating about this with myself, but I feel like there's a level of dissociation and detachment that you have to have when disconnecting yourself energetically from your environment. So let's say, for example, I'm in a living situation where I'm living with people who have different values for me, and it's hard because I feel like I have to suppress myself. One thing that you can do is simply energetically shift yourself via meditation or like visualization or like simply embodying the feeling of being where you want to be. Like something I do is I just like to hang out in my room when it's dark and I will meditate with my eyes closed and visualize me just living out to my fullest potential despite my surroundings and despite what people around me might be saying, if that makes sense. Oh, you made your mom a card. That's so sweet. Me and my partner are actually gonna go buy my mom flowers and we're gonna get her favorite dark chocolate and then get her a candle because my mom loves candles. So I'm super excited to go shopping with her because I've been thinking about it all week and just I love buying gifts for people. It's so much fun and then just putting like together a pretty gift. It's something I really like to do. It's really fun. Yeah, Ash's Geek, I kind of agree with that point. I'm I'm very upfront and I don't like to hide things. I don't keep secrets. I think like honesty is a huge value of mine. And I think if I were a psychologist, it'd just be, you know, I'm very direct. And thinking of having to work with a client would be very difficult because, like there are some ways that patients will try and sugarcoat things. And I don't believe in sugarcoating because when we address things directly, that's when we can really get to the root of the problem and start working up towards that root without having to address like any of the nonsense that someone might have to throw in there. And I think like I just really don't believe in being vague about that stuff. I think those things need to be addressed gently, but they need to be addressed in a head-on way, but still like in a gentle manner, if that makes sense. Petition for Laylani to get chat mods. Yes. I'm going to be doing that. Don't worry, honey. That's in my plans. I wasn't aware that was a thing because I'm not used to live streaming on YouTube. Again, this is my first live stream that I'm doing, but there's like a lot of BS going on in the comment section right now, so don't worry. Next time I stream, that'll definitely be there. Yeah. Um yeah, I definitely feel like I can understand people without them having to say a whole lot just cuz I feel like I'm naturally very intuitive. And I've experienced trauma myself. It's not like I haven't experienced throughout my lifetime. I'm always craving connection, and I want to understand other people. You know, it's instinct too. I don't get it with the I don't understand what you completely mean by time delaying subliminals. I don't think that's something we can physically do. I don't think that's possible. I think in a way you can shape your reality, but obviously I don't think that's going to shape anybody else's reality, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Do I believe in stuff like astrology, numerology? My mom's super into it and she's crazy about it. So, I numerology, this is really funny. So, I think numerology is accurate when you make your own interpretation out of it because like we think of certain numbers having meanings, but when those numbers have a certain special meaning to us, that's when it's more effective because there's certain numbers that I have made a connection with and I will see them right before something like the associated feeling with that number happens. Like for example, 226. 226 is a number I associated with a friend that I made a long time ago. Back in February, I was seeing 226 a lot, and the number 226 itself was associated with the date February 26th because that's when I met my friend. And my friend and I, we stopped talking a long time ago because we had conflict with each other, and it was just not a friendship that we needed to continue. But I actually uploaded a short about this, and I was seeing 226 like crazy that week, like nonstop. 226, 226, everywhere I went. And I remember I went to go study at a library one day, and like I had a feeling that my old friend was going to be there. And right as I was leaving the library, I heard that voice. Are you Laylani? Do I know you? It was that friend, and I was like my heart literally stopped in that moment. Like that is the power of numerology. You don't necessarily like have to follow what like the quote unquote universal meaning of a number is, but rather if it's meaningful to you, then I think it's definitely accurate. Oh, so my birthday is May 25th. I'm a Gemini sun, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon. Yes, about the astrology part. I think astrology is really fun and discovering. I don't think astrology is for everyone, but I definitely think it's for me because my sun, moon, and rising are like they're dead so accurate. It's kind of crazy because I'm a Gemini, like Gemini sun, so I feel like I love learning and there's a lot I like to talk about and I just know a little bit about everything. But hold on, sorry. I'm kind of getting off track here. There's a lot going on in the comments. But yeah, if you're asking my birthday, May 25th, 2005, if you're asking for my astrology, I was born at 6:19 p.m., Scorpio rising. Hi, welcome to the live stream, guys. I will be streaming again probably next week. That'd be my guess. Yeah, next Sunday I should be streaming again after I upload my next few videos for this upcoming week. So, yay. So, no, I am not on Instagram currently. I don't do a whole lot of social media outside of YouTube. It's not a priority right now. So, I definitely agree that live streaming is something that most people do when they feel like, but for me, Sundays I don't do anything. So that's like the only time I have available to live stream unless I have like a day off or something like that because I work and study full time. So it's like it's most convenient for me to go live streaming on Sunday since other days I dedicate to studying and working on YouTube videos. So that would kind of explain that. So yeah, I agree. I don't like Instagram. Just I want YouTube to be my niche. Instagram is not my niche. I don't like the idea of being seen like as an Instagram influencer. That's just such a huge turnoff for me. I'm still waiting for some more comments to come in. I just want to say, y'all are so fun. Like, I genuinely really like this conversation that we're having. Like, we've got so many good ideas and whatnot. Ooh, we should start Patreon in the future. Yeah, I am considering that. Once I grow a little bit more, I'm gonna be like slowly expanding what I do on this channel because, I mean, I've only been doing YouTube for a year now. Um, but yeah, once I start getting a little more recognition and loyalty, I definitely have that in my plans. Oh, whoops! I did not mean to hide my video. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I meant to click something. Oh my goodness gracious. That's funny. How old are you? I'm 20 years old. 20 years old. I'm still a baby. Yep, technical hiccups happens. Oh, thank you. I uh, I won't be live streaming during that week in May because that's when I'll be on my vacation with my partner. So I'll definitely make a few posts, but I won't be streaming during that week. Yeah, I read all those books because I'm passionate about learning. Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Happy to have you here. right. I am going to I may end a little sooner than anticipated. Looks like we have 12:08 on here now. Let's see. I am going to start writing down agenda for next week's live stream and also what you guys should be expecting for the next video. It will be coming out next week. I will be posting 1 long form and 2 shorts this next week, so make sure to stay tuned for all of that. So 1 long form, long form, 2 shorts. Also, while I'm still here, since I just have a couple minutes left throughout the stream, let me know what kind of content you guys want to see for the future, because I don't have a whole lot of time before I start the summer semester for college again, so I want to try and get as many videos out there as possible. So I'll just throw it out there and what you want to see me talk about, and I'll definitely put that on my list aside from what I have on my list currently. Yes, and I will blow out that candle. Some art content. Oh, I might consider that. I think I'll definitely feature some of my art in the background in my next video. That's a nice idea because I don't really have a whole lot of it on display aside from the cloud painting I have right there. So, any advice for studying when you're not in a good mental state? Yeah. Okay. I'm just taking some notes here. All right, there's that. Let's see. So the main topic that I want to talk about for my next long form is quantum manifestation. I specifically kind of brushed this up in the last long form video that I talked about when I accidentally manifested the job that I'm going to be taking in June. But basically, I want to be diving in more into the specifics and especially the science behind quantum manifestation, because I think many people look at manifestation from a very spiritual viewpoint. But in my experience, I think manifestation is very scientific, especially in the ways that I've manifested in the past, especially with my most recent manifestation. So, man, I'm just having so many ideas about what I want to share with you guys. Manifestation, I get a lot of comments about studying, and I've definitely seen a few comments about manifesting good grades and academic success. So I'll definitely think I'll do one of that too. Manifesting for good grades. When it comes to manifesting for good grades, I feel like it's more of an identity shift more than anything, because it's easy to just want to say I'm manifesting good grades and not putting really a whole lot of effort into what I'm studying. But I feel like studying itself should have some value, and in the sense that you're actually learning the content, because I don't really see the point of just dismissing the topic of what you're studying and hoping for that high score, because even if a high score is getting you into a specific institution, what's the point of just missing out on all of that? Not saying that you shouldn't manifest good grades, but it's still important to be learning that. Got a couple minutes left here, guys. Ashes Geek, I completely understand. I think that's completely valid to manifest intelligence, because I didn't ever specifically manifest good grades. I specifically manifested becoming a person, like embodying a personality and having the intelligence to achieve those good grades. So, I remember when I think I was in ninth grade, I kind of had an identity shift where I was preoccupied with becoming somebody who was intelligent, somebody who just naturally excelled in everything that they did academically. And that got me better grades than just like wishing for better grades, focusing on the numbers, because it's like it's the value of the content you're learning more than just the numbers. Like numbers are so superficial. They really are. What's something I'm striving to achieve before the year ends? Something I'm striving to achieve before the year ends. That is such a good question. Um, I guess I really haven't thought about that, because the majority of the things that I have planned for the future are within like the next year and a half, because my partner and I are going to be getting a home together. We're going on our honeymoon. I mean, we're moving out of state. We have to so much we're doing, but I'd say one thing I'm looking forward to before the year ends is um, I'd just say finishing school for the most part. I'm a double major, and getting my first degree is probably going to be part of that. So, yeah. Do I believe in increasing height as an adult? I don't know what to do if nothing has worked. So this is really interesting, because a lot of us stop growing around like our late teens, early 20s. For women, it's going to be earlier. Some women stop growing around like 17, 18. So this is really funny, because I was like 5'6", 5'7", up until I turned 19, 20, and then I suddenly shot up to 5'9". So I don't know what happened there. I know for a fact some people did manifest height changes, even being in their early to late 20s. I don't completely understand the science behind it, but I know for a fact that I've seen results from other people. I've read posts, I've read blogs on Reddit about that. Reddit is a really good place to see subliminal results, so I'd highly recommend going there if you're looking for some proof that subliminals do work. Do I ever get overwhelmed? Um, Only at my current job do I get overwhelmed, because the way that they're structured organizationally is it's very outdated, and it is reduced efficiency. So, like the field that I feel like I need to innovate and take initiative around there, because the people in charge are not doing their jobs well. So it feels like I naturally want to take initiative to make things better, but knowing that it's not my responsibility just leaves me with a feeling of ambivalence. So yes, I do get overwhelmed from time to time. I won't hide that. All right, guys. It was great talking with you today. Thank you so much for coming to this live stream. I will be going live again next week. So until then, I will see you guys. I love you so much. Bye.